Google Analytics. There's a lot of information available in Google Analytics, and sometimes it's hard to interpret what it all means and how valuable it really is. So, what do all of these things mean? The truth of the matter is, we don't really know. It all depends on our business objectives. These are the different levels of interpretation when it comes to data analysis. The first level is technology. This is when you have analytics implemented on your website, and you have a general idea of where visitors are coming from and how many there are. And you are also measuring actions on your website. The next level of interpretation is intelligence. This is when you know which marketing channels are the most profitable for your business, how you can use analytics to find trends in data that can be used to inform future business initiatives, and also that you understand what your audience finds valuable, and how your website is contributing to your business goals. The third level of data interpretation is integration. This is when you know the various channel touchpoints and how they work together to drive business outcomes. You know which channels or ads are influencers and which are closers. And you're able to measure the impact of traditional media through online means. And you know your overall optimal media mix. The fourth level of interpretation is accountability. You know how online activities impact offline sales. You understand the true return on investment generated from online activities, and you have streamlined your cross-departmental and disjointed data sources for increased intelligence and efficiency, and you test often and quickly because you understand the value of each initiative. The final and ultimate level of data interpretation is prediction. You know what future sales will look like. You know the impact of specific variables have on sales, and you can mitigate risk with intelligence and better plan for the next budget cycle. But how do you go through these levels, and where do you start? This is Google Analytics and how to get started. This is a traditional business strategy. You start with the situational analysis, and then you identify goals and objectives, and then tactics to achieve those goals and objectives. You implement them and you measure to see how it all works. These are some different steps of how to interpret the different levels of the business strategy. This is a traditional communication funnel. Everything starts with the plan. You have your situational analysis. It's important to identify your products, customers, and your competitors because this will help drive how you interpret the data that you're getting from Google Analytics. Also, your goals and objectives are very important. These are 4 basic goals and objectives for any business. You have your e-commerce goals, your lead generation, customer support, and your branding. So based on those goals and objectives, you have tactics and implementation, and this is what goes through the communication funnel. So the first step in the communication funnel is the reach. This includes search engines, social networks, publishers, and blogs. This is when you're trying to get awareness from your customer as they're exploring and trying to find your product or services. So you're trying to publish and promote your content, allowing sharing across the web to draw audiences to our website. Some key measures are how many fans and followers do you have, how many visitors are at your website, and how many inbound links do you have. The next stage in the communication funnel is action. This includes your website, your blog, community, and interactive tools. This is when your customer is really making a decision as to whether or not they want to use your products or services. You want to be worth finding. Your content should be relevant, useful, and establish a credible brand. Some measures you can do are time on site, how many shares, comments, and likes you have, how many leads and leads conversions. The third stage in the communication funnel is the conversion or the contact phase. This includes an e-commerce process, the information about your product, price, and promotion. This is when your customer is really making the decision to purchase your products or use your services. You want to have automated marketing through scheduled communication to ensure relevance at the buyer stage and drive repeat sales. Some key measures you can have are scheduled appointments, overall revenue, average appointment value. The final level of the conversion phase is engagement. This is when you want to build a relationship with your customers so they'll become brand ambassadors. This is when your customers are really advocating for your site. You want to engage them through social media and develop a relationship so they are the ones promoting your brand. Some key measures are repeat purchases, how many referrals you have, and how many social media shares you have. We identified our goals and objectives, but let's look at how these can be specific towards a website. These are the 4 different types of website goals for Google Analytics. The first one is a URL destination goal. A URL destination goal is a page that visitors see once they have completed an activity. This includes a thank you for signing up page, a receipt page after a purchase, and a make an appointment page. You want to build funnels for destination goals. You want to identify a specific path that you expect your traffic to take. This is an example of a funnel for a destination goal. When you specify steps in a funnel, analytics can track where visitors enter and exit the path on the way towards your goal. The next goal is how many pages are viewed per visit. A pages per visit goal allows you to define a pages viewed threshold. When a visitor views more pages or fewer pages than the threshold you have set, a conversion is triggered. Similarly, we have a time on site goal. A time on site goal is a time threshold that you've defined. When a visitor spends more or less time on the site, a conversion is triggered. The final type of goal are specified events. These are a little tricky. Define specific events to track their success. This can include video play, clicking on a promotion, or a social recommendation. When you have all these different goals, it's important to remember there are only 20 goals available for each profile in Google Analytics. You also can identify your goal values. You can look at the different website actions and attribute them to a monetary value. You can establish these when you're going into Google Analytics. So these are the different ways in which you can set up goals. You go into Admin, Account, Property, and then View. You click on Goals, and then select Create a Goal. You're going to follow step-by-step flow and select Next Step to save and move on. And you're going to click Save Goal. Let's see an example of this right now. Go to www.google.com/analytics. Click Access Google Analytics in the top right-hand corner. And all of the accounts that you have access to will appear. Click on Admin. Make sure you have the account that you want to identify the goal for set. Make sure the right property is set. You can have many properties set for one account. And then you're going to look at your view profile. I only have one view profile for this account, so I'm just going to make sure that is selected. Then I'm going to select on Goals. Let's start with creating a goal. There are 2 different ways you can set up a goal. One is by using a template, and the other is by making a custom goal. Let's start with one of the templates to make it easy. We want our customers to contact us, so let's click Contact Us. Next step. We want them to visit Contact Page. This is going to be a destination page. This is when they're going to go to a specific page in order to contact us. Let's click Next Step to save and move on. The destination that we want them to go to equals this URL we've already identified. We can assign a monetary value if we have one. We also can build a funnel of how we want them to get there. After we do that, we're going to want to click on Verify this goal to make sure that it went through. Then we're going to want to click on Create Goal. Now we have a Visit Contact page set up in Google Analytics. When we want to look at this information later, we can go into conversions and see how many people visited this specific page. Let's set up another goal. Let's set up a time on site goal. Let's have this be a custom goal. This will be called time on site. We're going to click duration and next step. We've identified that anybody spending more than 3 minutes on our website equals great engagement. So we're going to set it up with 3 minutes. We can put in a value if we wanted to of how much it equals to. I don't have that right now. So I'm going to click on Verify this goal to make sure that it went through and Create Goal. The next goal I'm going to set up is a pages viewed per visit. Let's do a custom goal. Next step. And we're going to call this pages per visit engagement goal. We've identified that anybody looking at more than 2 pages per visit has great engagement with our website. I'm going to click on Verify this goal to make sure it went through and create a goal. It's very easy to get them all set up. Now, if you remember, we only have 20 goals per view in Google Analytics. So what are some other things we can do? Here's some bonus information. You can build custom campaigns. This is when you add a parameter to a URL to track marketing implementation success. This can be for newsletters, SEO links, and emails. Google established a very easy to use custom campaign builder. And that was how to get started with Google Analytics. Please let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great day.